Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? Welcome to the Wise One Awakened podcast, where we come and we tell you the truth. We tell you how it is. Let's become wise. Let's become the one, and let's talk about it, right? So, what did I want to talk about today? What is the topic I wanted to discuss with you guys today, right? I mean, you know it. I know it, man. You know what's going on in this country right now with the whole Democratic and Republican election and who's going to be the next president. And the true question we really want to ask ourselves, right? Because right now we got Biden in the office, and clearly we can tell there's some things wrong with him, right? I mean, I'm still kind of confused how majority of Americans don't want to see that, or they say they're still gonna vote for him no matter what, which is ridiculous. I mean, the man deserves to be in a home right now. But whatever, if y'all want to vote for him, whatever it is. So, but I want to talk about today is who is truly running America, right? Who is running this country? Because our current president, commander in chief, is not well. He's not very mentally. He is not there. He can't finish any sentences. He can't remember stuff, and he putting words where they're not supposed to be. So I think that we have some different entities, different group, different people that's running this country right now. Believe whatever you want to believe, but you cannot say that this man right now that's in office is the one running the country. I mean, that's ridiculous. If you think he's the one running the country, then you gotta get yourself checked. You need to go to the doctor right now, get yourself checked. So what I want to talk about, right? Biden's definitely old, mentally sick. So we know stuff like that. We know that's what he's dealing with, what he's going through right now. So there must be somebody else that's actually running things. It's not Kamala because, I mean, she can't rub two pennies together. I mean, I just think that she's just there. I have no idea why she is there, but clearly it's not her running the country. So now the next thing I want to say is it a corporation that's running the country, right? Because a lot of time they use lobbyists to to pay for these politicians' campaign. They to get policies pushed through. A lot of different things. Corporations kind of run America in a sense because if something happened to a corporation, it can get bailed out. A bank get like things like that can happen. So is it the corporation that's actually running America right now? That's the question you have to ask yourself, right? Because it can't be this guy right here, right? So you got to the next question you have about okay, who called the shots? Like who's the one who really truly like get all the all the necessary things that go for them. Because if you know any corporations, like they got some corporations that own whole other countries. Like they will have the United States government fight on their behalf, whatever it's overtly or covertly. They'll use the CIA or they use the U.S. Army to fight on their behalf to get land for. I mean, if you ever heard the story about the United Fruit Company, I mean, they use the United States to invade. I don't know if it was Nicaragua or Guatemala, one of those countries, South American countries. So they can take advantage of the people that's there, so they can get cheap banana and bring it to the state and make as much money as they can. So if you ever go to Publix or Walmart, you're always gonna see like the United Fruit Company, Chiquita, those type of places. You see that on there, you're like, damn, like that's the corporation I'm talking about, right? And like your WalMarts, the big corporations. So yeah, and another one is like, is it the CIA truly running America, right? Is it CIA actually the one that's running it? Because, like they saying like this is where we heading, this is where we want the country to head, and covertly they the one that's running the country because they're the one that's going and starting wars all around the world. They toppling governments. I mean, they get to do whatever they want, and nothing can happen to them. They have complete immunity, right? And they do everything covertly, so you don't know about something that the CIA do until like 20, 30, 50 years. So, or they're the one that's running the country, right? So, or is it a secret group? The NWOs, a secret group of people that been running the world for this country for a long time. They hiding. They're in different organizations, they're in different banks, different corporations, different parts of the government, and they're actually the one that's running the country. Is it that group of people running it? You know, is it that group that's running America right now, or been running America? That's the question you have to ask yourself. This is the stuff we got to talk about because this is the stuff that really affect us. Because like I always told you guys, they all know sides, whether it is Republican and Democratic thing. Democratic candidate was, or if you Biden or Team Trump, they all know sides with these people. These people will fund either one of those candidates. It doesn't matter to them because they know what their goal is. So it's really up to you to know what your goal is, and you vote accordingly, or you live your life accordingly, right? So yeah, so we in C group. So now let's talk about, is it the people that's actually running this country? Now, I don't have to tell you that most of us are cheap, and most of us not even politically educated, let alone the last time one person you know that read more than one book, that wasn't assigned to them in school. They actually went and did research on a topic, right? They didn't just see it on social media and they just regurgitate all the information and actually go look at it for themselves. Is it the people? Absolutely not. We are not the one running this country. Not at all. Not at all. The people that's on top, you know who I'm talking about, right? That's running the country. Now, is it the people that's rich, the wealthy class? I think the wealthy class are just, they have positions, right? So you're talking about your millionaires, your billionaires. They have position, right? They have position. I mean, they work for the corporation, and some of them own corporations, right? So I would say people that are really, 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 really wealthy. I mean, talking about like generational wealth, not just they just got rich. I think those people just have position in those organizations, right? They just have position. They don't really have true power. They're just another puppet, but they still are higher up than us. They're still closer to the real source of power. And they ain't us. We not in the club. We just sheeps. So I'm just pushing out the information to wake you guys up, to let you guys know that you need to research, you need to educate yourself on who's actually truly running our country. You need to study what America is and what America's been. Some of you guys, depending on your race, you just think America is this most wonderful thing. It can't do no wrong. And I'm specifically talking to one particular race, right? They're like, oh no, they can't do no wrong, but they don't understand more and more and more their livelihood is being sold. America is turning into it's gonna turn into a third world, because what's happening is they're taking everything that America has and they import or export into other countries, right? They're taking all the jobs, all the really good jobs. They're taking those. There's going like manufacturing is nothing of America right now, right? So they exporting all these jobs that regular Americans would love to have, and they're importing more immigrants in, right? So what's that doing? They're taking jobs out. They're bringing more immigrants in. What's that gonna do to you as a regular law-abiding American citizen? I'm telling you right now, it's the time for you guys to wake up, smell the coffee, know what's really truly going on in your country. This is not about your skin color. This is not about how much money you got in the bank. This is about where you live, where your children are born, where where you're gonna die. Like, you have to protect your country, and in order to do that, you have to educate yourself. You have to wake up to truly what's going on around you. And this is what my channel is about. It's about us waking up to really know what's really going on and how we can escape this matrix. How can you just take ourselves away from these crazy ass people that want to control our daily lives, push vaccine, all kind of crazy stuff on us, because when you don't have any power, they could tell you go ahead and you have to take a vaccine, because you can't work. I know I was one of them, right? Because I was like, oh man, I need the money, so I got to take the vaccine. I didn't want to take it. I know it was all BS, but it got to the point where like, okay, do I want to feed my family? So they put a lot of us in that corner. I think there was a lot of people that did not want to take the vaccine, but they pushed them in a corner, so they have to take it. Right? They have to do that because you got pushed into a corner. It is what it is. I took it. It's whatever. Right? Will I do it again? No. So that's why I'm putting myself in a better position so I won't be a slave. I don't want to be a slave no more. You shouldn't want to be a slave no more. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to smell the coffee. It's time for the revolution. It's time for us to stand up and truly what is ours and take back America from these crazy, deranged, psychopath kind of people. That's their job is, their sole job is to take over the world and run it how they want it, and there's all kind of debauchery and demon and all kind of stuff that they want to do, just turn the world upside down. It's time for Americans to stand up. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for liking the video, sharing it. I appreciate it. Any comment, go ahead, put it in the comment box. I respond back to it, man. I respond back to everybody. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Wise One Awaken podcast. We out.